Now at 5:30 on WKYT this morning, a woman who is allegedly part of a prostitution ring says she was told her clients would be legislators and police officers. More on the man accused of running that prostitution ring just ahead.
Also on WKYT, 19 college students were trapped after heavy rain made the cave they were in flood out. We'll have more on the dramatic rescue coming up this morning.
And it's expected to be the second busiest Memorial Day weekend for travel ever. We'll have what to expect ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. A lot of folks ready to shift into a summer gear with some of our aquatic centers and those water parks opening up and so forth. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. Yeah, the pools are opening. It's Memorial Day weekend and just a lot of fun ahead. But the weather, you always have to ask yourself, what's that weather going to look like?
And you're going to have to watch it, I think. That's going to be the deal. It's going to be pretty nice, but here and there, a shower or storm. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, and that's going to be the case. Once you walk out the door this morning, we are dry. Once you hit the afternoon and off into the evening hours, guess what? You get that small chance of rain sliding off into the forecast. We're in the 60s for many locations around town. There's really not a bad spot as you're heading out into work early this morning or trying to get the kids ready to head outside and take off. So really not much to worry about heading through the day. Just keep in mind that once we hit the afternoon hours, those temperatures will be much warmer than this, and not only much warmer, but they'll have that moisture around, which will give you that opportunity in an isolated thunderstorm or two. We get off into your weekend. That's what everybody wants to know about. How do you plan around these storms? When do these storms look to come in? And are we looking at any severe weather? I'll go over that coming up in just a few minutes.
And we'll see you then. Let's get to the news.
We're learning new details about the prostitution ring that police say was run by a former Franklin County constable.
One of the women that Thomas Bonta allegedly employed as a prostitute says she was told that her clients would be law enforcement officers and politicians. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with more on the Thomas Bonta case, and he is joining us. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. A woman who says she was one of Thomas Bonta's prostitutes says he told her that her clients would be upscale married men. She says he described them as legislators and police officers. She told police that she had sex with a man in the Capitol Plaza Hotel and then saw that same man later on TV. The Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting searched through court documents that detail the alarming allegations. They say court records do not identify any politicians or officers. Bonta served as a constable in Franklin County for 3 years. The 67-year-old is now accused of promoting prostitution. According to court papers, he let his clients hook up with his prostitutes at his home and his security business. One of the alleged prostitutes said she started working for Bonta when she was in the 8th grade. Another said she was a student at Western Hills High School, and others said they were students at Kentucky State University. Bonta's attorney thinks he's being targeted because his son ran against the sheriff and nearly won a primary race. He says the investigation into the 67-year-old started shortly after that close race ended. The case against Bonta and a man who worked for him, Hendra Valentine, is scheduled to go before a judge in 5 hours. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
President Obama makes an historic trip to Hiroshima, Japan today. The visit is the first ever by a sitting U.S. president and comes 70 years after the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on the city during World War II. Weijia Jiang has the latest from Hiroshima.
President Obama's solemn visit to Hiroshima comes 7 decades after the U.S. decimated the city with an atomic bomb. As expected, the president did not apologize for the incident. Instead, he stressed the strong bond between the U.S. and Japan, two nations once at war.
It's a testament to how even the most painful divides can be bridged, how our two nations, former adversaries, can not just become partners, but become the best of friends and the strongest of allies.
Security has been beefed up here at Peace Memorial Park, where President Obama will lay a wreath honoring more than 100,000 people who died in the blast. 88-year-old Lee Jong-koo survived with radiation burns to his entire body. Rather than dwell on the destruction, he's focused on the path ahead. I didn't think the city could be rebuilt so quickly, he says. It's wonderful. The 30-acre park, complete with its stunning granite archway, serves as a constant reminder of the toll of war. American visitor Jose Prince says it's now up to the U.S. to spread a message of peace
We as Americans in particular have a responsibility to show the world that path forwards.
At this week's G7 summit in Japan, President Obama acknowledged looming concerns over North Korea's nuclear ambitions. He says he's working with China and other world leaders to address the threat, a sign the international community is learning lessons from the past. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Hiroshima, Japan.
President Obama will not visit Nagasaki, the site of the second nuclear bomb in 1945. More than 70,000 people were killed. Moving on this morning, the words were tougher and the final rounds longer, but the result was the same. For the third year in a row, the Scripps National Spelling Bee ended in a tie. Last night, Jiram Hathwar and Nahir Janga were declared co-champions. 13-year-old Jiram was the younger brother of 2014 champion Shriram Hathwar. And at 11 years old, Neera is the youngest winner of the National Spelling Bee. After 2 consecutive ties, Scripps made the bee tougher, forcing the last 2 spellers to get through 3 times as many words as in years past. Each will receive a trophy and $45,000 in cash and prizes. There were 2 Kentuckians in this year's Spelling Bee, but of course, as we just said, they did not win.
All right, but just congratulations for being there. What an honor. Well, the heavy rains led to 19 college students getting trapped in a hidden river cave in Hart County as the waters were quickly rising inside. Tour guides say the water in that cave is normally about ankle deep, but when the rain started coming yesterday around 2 o'clock, they knew it wouldn't stay that way for long. It started coming up, and as the water was rising, the students and 4 tour guides made the decision to try to leave the cave. As our sister station in Louisville, WKYT, reports, the group waded through neck-deep water to get out. One tour guide who went in to try to help says he knew they had to hurry.
When you're about 150 foot underground, you don't know what's going on the surface. So, and we knew it was about 2 more hours before they were scheduled to come out. So we knew by that time it would be flooded.
2 police officers were also trapped inside the cave at one point after going inside to try to help. Thankfully, everybody was finally able to get out without getting hurt. Scary, scary moments. Well, Wayne County was another area hit hard by the sudden rains yesterday. Check out what flash flooding did to these cars on Highway 167 yesterday. The emergency management director there tells us that these cars were parked near a large drainage ditch, and when rushing waters moved it moved those cars. Several roads and streets also flooded out. At one point, 6,000 people did not have electricity. And some of those also reported, there were reports of sinkholes from some of the flooding as well in that area. Now, with more rain in the forecast for the holiday weekend, remember, we can help you stay ahead of it. Make sure you have the WKYT weather and traffic app for your iPhone or smartphone.
A woman injured in a deadly Casey County crash is getting better. 19-year-old Madison Dobson was injured in a 3-car crash on Highway 70 West Wednesday night. But now a friend says she's improving and her injuries are not as severe as first thought. 36-year-old Jeremiah Cooper and his wife Stephanie were also injured. We do not have any updates on their conditions. Police say 62-year-old David Bryant died after his truck hit the 2 cars. Police say Bryant was drinking before the crash. Bryant's record reveals numerous DUIs dating back to the 1990s. He had his license suspended and his license plate taken away after a DUI in October. He was also ordered to stay off the roads for 2 years. 6 years after his father died in an unsolved hit and run, a son isn't giving up his search for answers. A car hit and killed Robert Luther on May 26, 2010, after his truck broke down in Rowan County. He was traveling from Ohio to Tennessee at the time. His son Ryan returned to Rowan County yesterday to pass out flyers along with water and snacks. He says he wants to bring awareness to his father's unsolved death, as well as other cold cases.
If I have to make different T-shirts with different cases, and if I have to close 6 different cases, or bring attention to 6 different cases to bring justice and peace within myself for my father, I plan to do that.
Ryan Luther has returned to Kentucky to look for answers before, but this was the first time he's been able to pass out flyers on the actual anniversary of his father's death.
Obviously a mission for him.
Yeah, good one.
Our time this morning is 5:39. Headed somewhere for this weekend coming up? Be sure to take some extra time.
Yeah, Memorial Day travel is expected to be the 2nd heaviest ever, and nearly all of those traveling will be driving. WKYT's Mike Byer is live with what to expect if you're going someplace for the holiday weekend. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Michelle. If you're traveling this Memorial Day weekend, believe me, you are not alone. AAA projects this Memorial Day weekend to be the second most traveled one ever. The company projects more than 38 million people will be on the roadways. This will be the second highest travel volume since 2005. When you break it down, about 700,000 more people will be on the road this year compared to 2015. A big reason for the increase in travel volume is due to lower gas prices and cheaper airfares around the country. Now, before we hit the road, AAA is urging us to get our batteries and tires checked. The company says they project to rescue roughly 350,000 motorists this weekend due to flat tires and dead batteries, so make sure that is not you. At the same time, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety and Kentucky State Police are reminding us to buckle up. In 2015, there were 588 people killed in motor vehicle accidents. Of those 588 people, 358 were not wearing their seatbelts. Now, when it's all said and done, just make sure you take your time and drive safe and get to your destination safe, because you want to have a good weekend with your family. I know we all do. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Thank you, Mike. Now, the Lexington Urban County Council will give more money to a group planning to move an old Lexington bank and make it a community center. The council voted 8-4 to give an additional $150,000 to the Warwick Foundation. The group is working to move the People's Bank from South Broadway to a donated site on Rupp Arena's High Street parking lot. The Herald Leader reports the amount of city money given to the project is now up to $300,000. During yesterday's meeting, the council also voted to increase the hotel and motel tax 2.5%. The money will help pay for $250 million convention center expansion. The council also approved borrowing $22 million for restoration of the old courthouse.
All right, so moving some money around there for various purposes.
To move the old bank building. I remember that building growing up, driving by it.
Yeah, right. And so obviously it tugs at the heartstrings of a lot of folks who want to see it preserved, but the cost is going up. We'll see how that all goes. Time this morning coming up on 5:42, and let's check live drive traffic this morning, see what's going on. Clean and green this morning. We have been reporting, though, we're anticipating that near record travel today, so anticipate the traffic picking up, especially on our interstates and parkways and so forth as the day goes along and into your weekend. Current travel times are good. From Nicholasville, it's about 12 minutes. Half-hour ride from Richmond. Paris, about 18 minutes or so. And Georgetown, just over about 16-minute ride in right now. So it's all good at the moment, but it's early, right?
It is early.
A lot more news coming up for you Friday morning on WKYT.
An invention that could make commutes a lot easier is being introduced in China. More on the elevated bus when we come back on WKYT this morning.
We have storms around us, but it's not really over us. Still back toward the west. How does it look for our Friday as you travel, and also our holiday weekend off into Monday? I'm going to show you some storms in the forecast coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Pretty good looking start to the day as you're walking out and about, and it looks like, listen, once you get in your car and take off, you don't have any rain this morning, not like yesterday morning, as it just continued to spark up right in Jessamine County and also off toward Fayette County. It just sparked up one after another and just kept funneling on through and didn't stop until about 8 to about 9 a.m. around here. And we're not having that around here. So things are looking pretty good, 60s outside. We go through the afternoon, and watch as we go through the day. There's really not a great chance of rain today, only a small chance late in the day. This is going to be the same setup the next several days, so just get used to it. Once we hit noontime, we're already at 80, 81 degrees. Then we hit the afternoon, and you can see a few storms sparking up, and some spots that we do not need the rain, like Monticello, like yesterday, had some tremendous flooding in some spots. So just keep in mind, a couple more storms are on the way. There's 4 p.m. If you're traveling down 75 looks to be a little bit on the soggy side as opposed to I-65 later on this afternoon. 65 will get it during the evening hours and not so much during the afternoon hours. So there's just bits and pieces. None of this is widespread rain. None of it for the weekend is widespread rain, nor towards your Monday. But still, a few storms are possible each and every day. It's just like your summertime setup. You get into the afternoon and evening, you get the heating of the day, and boom, there you go. Start to see a few storms spark away. I would say, though, Saturday is your better chance of rain as opposed to Sunday and Monday. Sunday and Monday are only small chances, about 30%. Saturday's more of your 40 to 50% chance of rain, so just keep in mind. I would stick to the plans. Listen, this is not widespread rain. This is not a rain that's going to stick over you. Yes, you could have some heavy downpours. Yes, you could have some strong strong winds, but it's going to be hit and miss. So don't just wait all day saying, yeah, I'm not going to go do my plans just because we have a rain chance in the forecast. Stick to them. Go out there, have fun for a few hours, and then if you have to dodge a storm, dodge a storm. I never hurt anybody. 7-day forecast. Here's your look. 30–40% chance of rain each and every single day. And guys, temperatures in the mid-80s. So if you do not see the rain, which is a big possibility, it's still going to be very muggy, very sticky. So just keep in mind as you're heading out and about. And wear that sunscreen. Don't forget about sunscreen. Got a lot of events, a lot of people going off to the lake, a lot of people traveling. So just heads up for that as you are traveling.
Good point about the sunscreen. You have a little cloud cover and you think, well, I can get by with this.
They get through the clouds.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So keep that one in mind. Our time this morning is 5:48. Getting stuck in traffic behind a slow-moving bus can be frustrating, but a new invention may have a solution for that.
Yeah, this is crazy. Check it out. This is a model of an elevated bus that zooms right over traffic. Once built, Chinese engineers say the bus will be able to carry 1,200 people at a time, and it will even cost less than a subway. The first of its kind will be tested out later this year in northern China. That is so cool that they're able to do that. But I would be nervous to be the car going underneath this elevated bus, wouldn't you?
Be a little bit of a freaky experience for sure, especially the first time it ever happened. Imagine, huh?
That is amazing. So coming up, you'll get the stories making news at this hour.
We'll be checking traffic again. We'll see how things are moving along. We have health news. All of our top stories are on the way. It's Friday morning, everybody. We're glad you're with us on WKYT This Morning. Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. 5:52 is our time, bright and early.
Yep, let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on at this hour.
In court records, a woman who claimed to work as a prostitute for former Franklin County Constable Thomas Bonta said her clients were lawmakers and police officers. One woman said she had sex with a man in the Capitol Plaza Hotel for $500 and then saw that man later on TV. Bonta's case is scheduled to go before a judge later this morning. Thousands of cyclists will be hitting the streets of central Kentucky this weekend, and police are expected to be out in force as well. The 39th Horsey 100 is tomorrow. Lexington attorney Mark Hinkle was killed by a suspected drunk driver during last year's ride. Today, the Georgetown Police Department will tell us what they plan to do this year to ensure riders are safe.
Doctors have found a woman in the United States carrying a superbug that's resistant to even the most heavy-duty antibiotics.
Doctors say the organism did not even respond to colistin, that is an antibiotic of last resort. CDC officials are working to find out how the woman contracted the bacteria.
New research finds not enough dying cancer patients are getting palliative or hospice care. Researchers from Stanford looked at nearly 12,000 older veterans who died of cancer in 2012. They found 71% received hospice care, but only 52% received palliative care. Palliative care is intended to make patients comfortable by alleviating their symptoms. Let's get a check this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with live drive traffic. Not much going out there on the roads right now. All is green and all is good. But remember, it is the Memorial Day weekend, so I'm sure traffic is going to pick up in the early afternoon hours. Time to check with what's making news online this morning. Bill joins us now with what's happening on the net.
Well, on WKYT.com, of course, we're watching the weather very closely for you over the holiday weekend as you get out and about. So be sure to check our website or our weather app anytime, and you can see exactly what is coming your way. Trending now, lawmakers and police officers allegedly clients of a Franklin County prostitution ring. The former county constable, one of those accused of running the operation. We have the full details as we know them at the moment on our website right now. A lot of people checking out the story of that scary situation where 19 students from Clemson University and some tour guides got trapped in a Kentucky cave. It happened during one of those big downpours yesterday afternoon. Everybody is okay now. More cuts at the University of Kentucky following budget cuts from the state. A reorganization means about 75 people will be laid off. Kentucky's public universities have been repeatedly cut since the economic downturn that started back in 2008. We have more about the new direction for the Kentucky Horse Park after Laura Pruitt was named the executive director yesterday. She says she is excited and looking ahead to the future out at the horse park. She'll be starting soon. Those spending the night in a Lexington hotel will soon notice a higher local room tax, and some of that extra money will go to renovate the Lexington Convention Center. weather. And CBS This Morning is coming up with your eye opener and the latest world and national news. That's at 7. Of course, we'll have local updates then. Another hour of news before that. Join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram. And for the latest anytime, WKYT.com.
Well, it looks pretty good this morning as you're walking out the door. No rain in the forecast this morning, and by the afternoon, we're talking about looking at a mixture of sun and clouds with an isolated chance and a couple of rumbles of thunder. 64 degrees right now in Frankfort, 67 in Jackson. These are good feeling temperatures as you step out the door early this morning. So a pleasant start. We get through your day. For much of your day, it stays dry. And even toward the afternoon, there's only a small chance of rain. But as I was talking about, we're holding on to a lot of moisture, guys. So any rain that develops, we're going to be sitting there with very heavy downpours.